Okay, so I'm going to call this video blog Zen and the Sport of Moto Trials. Now, for those of you who don't know me or you haven't seen any of the videos I've been posting over the past 6 months or so, I started my Moto Trials journey about nearly 6 years ago now, when I came on board as the show director for the Australian X Trials, which are run by the amazing Price family, and Neil, Jessica and Simon Price and the team at X Trials. Now, I loved what I saw, I was intrigued by the riding, and I was really keen to get involved. So at the beginning of this year, Simon and Neil set me up with a bike and gear, and a bit of a challenge to see how much a 50-year-old guy could learn on a trials bike in a year. Now, unfortunately, the whole COVID-19 thing got in the way. So for the first few months, all I was able to do was really to get the bike out into the backyard, practice my balancing and sort of develop those skills. Now, the first trial I actually got to ride in, I decided to sign up as a white plate rider, and had this amazing guy, Robin. He just sort of showed me around on the day and recommended lines to take and what gear I should be in. And I had an absolutely amazing day. I absolutely loved it. But there was still a little bit of fear and a little bit of trepidation around what I was doing. Now, the second trial that I went into, it was far harder. It was really, really hard for me. And in fact, some of the trails between sections were actually tougher than anything I'd actually ever ridden, considering I only just started to ride on a trials bike. And I really struggled on the day, and towards the third lap, there was a bit of whiskey throttle and my hands were getting tired, and I made a couple of dumb mistakes and sort of scared myself a little bit. So I sort of left that day not as confident, and I was really trying to work out in my head what was going on for me. And then 2 trials ago, I decided that I would just sign on to ride black plate. And there was a couple of reasons to that. One was, the main reason was that I had a back injury a couple of weeks earlier, and I really wasn't sure how my back was going to go, and I didn't want to hurt myself anymore. And the second reason was I really just wanted to try and enjoy the day. So I signed up for black plate, and what I did was, every section that I came to, I looked at the black plate path, and then I looked at all of the white plate paths that I thought that I could do or would be a bit of a challenge, and I had a crack at them. And the whole day was probably one of the most amazing experiences on a motorcycle I've ever had, because I just had an absolute ball. And there were so many people who were there to help me out. Neville Hackett, went around with him for a while, and his amazing daughter Tamsin. And everybody was just sort of commenting on how big a smile I had on my face and how much I was enjoying it. And what I realized was that I'd actually found, this is where the title of the blog comes in, I'd sort of found my Zen. And what happened was that I was enjoying myself so much that while I was riding the sections, all I did was focus on the riding. So there's nothing going on in my head about what was going on at work or any stresses or strains. I wasn't actually thinking about my back, because I knew that what I was choosing to do in the sections, I was really unlikely to hurt myself. And I'm sitting in line with these amazing guys. I'm talking to a bloke who's just telling me about how much he loves his wife, and how much he enjoys life, and how positive he was. And I'm talking to other guys with kids, and there's a bloke riding in front of me, and he's on his bike, and his 12-year-old son's on the bike in front of him, and they're just having the most amazing day. And it just hit me that that's why I want to be a part of the trials community. That's what I want to do. So last weekend was just the best. We had a 2-day trial, and it was the first day, or the first time ever, that my wife and I actually got to ride in a trial together. So she's got her bike now, and I loved every second of it. A 2-day trial, we were both exhausted. To be out there with my wife, to be out there with my friends, and Jessica Price and Simon Price and Shaz, and everybody who was riding with us. And then you stop at sections, and then there's awesome blokes like Kieran and Simon and Scotty and Robin, all of these amazing guys and women who just make it such an incredible day. So what I'm really trying to say is that anything that we do, we try to find what works for us and why it works for us. And why trials works for me is that I finally realized that my first trial, I went white plate purely for the ego of saying that I'm not doing black plate, I'm doing white plate. Well, for me, that's all rubbish. That's absolute rubbish. I love riding black plate because I can ride it safely and I can challenge myself to ride harder lines if I want to ride those harder lines. It's not about winning or losing. It's just about riding and enjoying. So that's pretty much it from me today. Another huge thank you to everybody at Moto Dynamics, Neil, Simon, Jessica, the team at Moto Dynamics. You know, what you do is amazing. The kids event that was run on Sunday was incredible, and to see my two little boys riding trials bikes was just awesome. And to know now that the whole family is kind of on this path to being part of this incredible community is just, it's just a joy to me, and I find it really hard to wipe the smile off my face. So thank you. And if you're not into trials and you want to get into trials, get in contact with the guys at Moto Dynamics. Come and watch a trial, try a bike, get involved, because you won't regret it. It's the best thing I've done in years, and now we're just planning to be involved in it for years to come. So cool. Catch you later.